Amen, amen, amen. Somebody say hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Now the Bible says it's the highest praise.
Yes. Yes.
So now that you have said it for yourself, I'm going to see if I can get you to say it for the Lord now. Because hallelujah, it means you got something to shout about.
Hey, hey. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah means you've been delivered from something.
Yes. Yes.
Hallelujah means that you have strength that can only come from above.
Yes.
Can I get a witness?
Yes.
Let me try this. No show and tell. Either it's for real or it's not. Don't say nothing if you can't say it and mean it. Somebody shout hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
That's what I'm talking about. You just gave him the highest praise. Let's see if you can give him 2 seconds of praise. Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. We give honor to the Holy Spirit. I want you to join hands where you're at. We're going to do an altar call right from your seat. Because there is healing in the scripture. Surely there is healing in the temple. If somebody is not feeling that well today, whether it be spiritual or physical. Somebody's been through something this week. I know last Tuesday I could not even walk.
My gosh.
But look at me now. Nobody but God could do it. Now some of you probably say, well, you're falling apart because you're getting old. That may be true. I don't plan on living in this body forever, no. Somebody told me I got a new home. Over in Zion. And I'm claiming my blessing. I want you to claim yours this morning. Some of you have been under the weather. And you're asking God for healing on today. With every head bowed, I want you to listen to this song very quiet. Where these 5 blind boys are really telling a story. They're talking about what it could have been. But God had mercy. And he had grace. So as we pray and go to God for healing, our infirmities, our lives, physically as well as spiritually. Give it all you got. Because God's got a blessing with your name written.
Oh, yes.
Let us pray. Master, the tempest is raging. The billows are tossing. The sky is overshadowed with blackness. Sometimes we feel like no help is nowhere now. Carry us not that we perish. How shall thou lie asleep? Each moment, gladness, blessings that you have already anointed and died for us there on the cross. In our effort to serve you every day of our lives, we fall short. We ask for forgiveness in every way, shape, or form. That you would regenerate our souls and give our minds and our hearts a reason to press on to see what the end will be. Thank you for last night's sleep. Early rising this morning. Thank you for watching over the busy highways and byways. It could have been the other way. You've looked on sick beds, Father, and you have diagnosed circumstances where the doctor said no, but you said yes. Touch now in Jesus' name for whatever infirmity that may be gathered in this place of worship. Touch us spiritually most of all, for we need thee every day and every hour. Thank you for my companion, better known as Kitten, Linda, Reverend Williams, Boo, all these many sweet names. Lift her up where she may be now. Go into every home where every spouse, Father, may have some downtime. Thank you for the Clark family who have been struggling. Thank you for Irma and her family. Thank you for the babies and all of those that have come. Thank you for the names that I haven't even called, but you already know about. Touch now the youth of this entire valley. But we need you every day and every times are coming near. But church is not only what it used to be, but Father, but what it ought to be, because time is soon to come. Fix it now. In Jesus' name. Now, Lord, as your word comes forth, nothing of me, but all of you. Father, when you do this, show me how to not only live through you, but speak, so that you may use this vessel in a mighty way. Nothing can separate me from the love of God. Thank you for the training that is going on here, both ministers and deacons. But touch every heart. Charge them, Father, to press on anyhow, in spite of shortcomings, setbacks. Because for every setback there is a stronghold. As your name written all over. We realize that Jesus is the best thing that ever happened to us. We give you all glory, honor, and praise. From the crown of our head down to the sole of our feet. This we ask in Jesus' name. Somebody say amen.
Hallelujah. Thank you.
Could have been. Look at your neighbor right now. Say, it could have been the other way. God knows how to love. Yeah.
Bring the word. Bring the word.
Yes. We thank God for the reading of His holy word. Deacon Mark 3. Lock that in. And as we cover many of the miracles that Jesus did throughout, the significant factor of this particular passage has more to tell than the average story, because there's more involved here. And what do you mean by that, Pastor? I mean that the whole concept of whether we can do on the Sabbath good, or would you rather do evil, or whether it's good or bad, or just what is it about the Sabbath and us keeping it holy, even in this day and time. But what I can feel through this passage more than anything is, once the man was touched, he was no longer the same. Amen. Can I get a witness? Amen. Yes. I said, once he was touched, he was no longer the same. For a few moments, I just wanted, and we could pull a whole lot of messages out of this. Typical example of when Jesus shows up. Of course, when he shows up, everything catches on fire. Amen. But the fact is that a lot of times when we're in a place of worship, we come in for more reasons than one. But if you come in with the purpose of being touched by Jesus, you are no longer the same. Can I get a witness? Look at somebody real quick as a neighbor. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. But I am no longer the same. No longer the same. Well, fix this up that I can understand. Stand up to you. Stand up on your feet. Real quick, come on. I don't want you to get comfortable, that comfortable. Amen. I want you to put whatever arm you choose, put it behind you. Whatever arm you choose. That's your withered hand. Can I get a witness? Now I want you to reach over and try to shake somebody else's hand. Yeah, it's a little awkward, isn't it? Oh, you had to reach across your body. Not only that, some of you had to turn around. Now, leave that hand where it is and put your hands together for the Lord. Somebody say amen. I told you to leave that hand where it was at. Yeah. So somebody immediately found another way of praising the Lord. Now let that hand go and give God some real praise right now. No longer is that hand good. And with that, I've got to get you to see this. Take your seat real quick. Often we come into a place of worship all withered up. Dried up. Attitude up. Whatever. And we're waiting on Jesus to touch us. Like the sinner man that you and I were. And we still have sin within us. Often we cannot let go and let God have His way because there's some withered situation that is holding us back. Can I get somebody to say amen? It could be the bills that you owe. It could be money that you don't have. It could be sickness. It could be trouble. You just might have tonsillitis. I don't know. But whatever the case is, sometimes we come in the place of worship and we are not on one accord. Somebody help me out there. Depression, confusion, complexibility, all bogged down with the cares of the world, trying to figure out how long is pastor going to preach so I can get up out of here. But most of all, we're not set in the zone where we're able to get that touch from Jesus. Somebody help me out there. Either we're not read up enough, haven't studied enough, haven't got enough word, or something is wrong with us getting into the message. Well, so there comes a circumstance, and I'm just going to talk about these three circumstances. When you go into a setting to praise and worship God, there's a before, there's a during, and then there's an after. Somebody say before. Before you got here, you went through something. You don't have to tell me about it. Before you got here, something was troubling you. Before you got here, you figured how long were you going to stay. Can I make me an excuse to get up out of here as early as I can? Or am I going to time the whole service? Before, there was too many things on your mind. But somehow or another, that 1 hour and 20 minutes in service, you're finding out that the before time, there's still not enough time to get enough of Jesus. Can I get a witness? And the more you hear about Him, the more you want to hear about Him. I know I got a witness out there. I believe I got some believers out there. Somehow or another, the formality of just coming to church, coming to the place of worship, has changed. And the before has to connect with the during. During the service, sometimes we let go and let God have His way. Do I have a witness out there? How can I do that, Pastor? Well, I have to push aside every weight, everything that's going to hold me back, and push those strongholds out the way and allow God to bless me just like He wants to bless me. Somebody help me out there. Who came for a blessing this morning? Did anybody come for a blessing? Is anybody looking for it? You cannot stay in the reform mode and expect a blessing in the during. Oh, y'all don't hear me out there.
Come on now. Go ahead.
Too many times we're still in the before by the time the service is over. And by the time the benediction is done, and somebody said, well, did the pastor preach? Pastor did the best he could. But it's where your heart was during. I tell you, when Jesus shows up in your heart, when Jesus shows up in your mind, when Jesus shows up in your situation, you are no longer the same. There's no way you can stay the same and not be able to say, hallelujah, I made it over, I've overcome, I'm still stronger, stronger than I've ever been. And somehow or another, you can't steal my joy. My joy. Come on. Well, the before situation is usually somebody that comes in on a humbug. I know that's street talk. But we just go through the motion. The before concept is passing the time away. But the during allows you to get into the Word. Can I say this just for a second? Come on, bring it out. Yeah, Jesus knew what He had to do. And let me tell you, don't you ever tell me that God didn't come down through time and tribulations and everything that He sent His Son to do, that His Son would not get angry or get upset. God get angry a whole lot of times. You just start cutting up, you'll find out. He got angry here in a situation that somebody would have the nerve to tell me if I can heal on the Sabbath. You even get upset, somebody telling you when you can shout when you come to church. I know that's true because many folk don't shout because they're scared somebody's going to say something. But if the Lord have been good to you, if He's been better to you than you've been to yourself, if He moved mountains in your life, if He took the valleys and pushed them aside, if He raised you up from a sick bed, if He watched over you all night long, you ought to be able to give Him some glory, give Him some honor, and give Him some praise. Can I get somebody to give Him some praise up in there? He's all right. Glory. Not only is He all right, but He's on time. Somehow, Jesus got a little tick in their voice. Literally, just flat out. First of all, you ain't going to tell me when to heal somebody. Because you, good and evil is all right with you any time of the year. The world is like that right now. Every day, somebody's killing somebody. Amen. We broadcast evil faster than we do Jesus. Y'all didn't hear that? Bad news travels real fast. Come on, somebody. But you don't hear about too many souls getting saved on Monday morning. First thing that flashes across the screen is somebody got shot somewhere. You don't hear about nobody being raised up from the dead, or somebody being healed from a sick bed. You hear that maybe through the vine, but you don't hear it too often. Come on, somebody. That's right. You hear the bad news. You hear about all the folk that being incarcerated, knocked out, knocked down, knocked over, knocked off. Somebody getting bumped every day. But you never hear about how many souls are getting saved. When a child, a believer, comes into the place, as I believe that this young man was, a withered hand, he couldn't do nothing with nothing. But he knew that Jesus was in the house. He knew that Jesus would show up there at the temple. And according to what I can read here in the Word, is that this man, all he had to do was, number one, he had to come out of the before and get into the during. Because when Jesus gave a command for him to stretch forth his hand, the man immediately stretched forth his hand. Right. Now, don't look at some folk when God tells you to do something and you, oh, help me, Holy Ghost. The next thing comes out of your mouth is, well, let me pray about it. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, there's nothing wrong with prayer. Well, this ain't the time. Just do it. Look at somebody and say, just do it. Just do it in the name of Jesus. Come on, somebody say, just do it in the name of Jesus. Somehow or another, in our circumstances, when God gives us a command, and He's given you a command, I know He has. He told you to straighten up and fly right. Maybe not necessarily those words. He told you to look to the hills from which cometh your help. And knowing you, instead of you looking at the hill, you look down in the valley. But all of my help comes from God. Have I got anybody who knows what I'm talking about? All of my help comes from God. When He stretched forth His hand, the Bible says immediately he was healed. Now, cover this with the during process. First of all, he had to hear what God was saying to him. Yes. He had to listen. Yes. God has spoken to many of you in here by name, by blessing. And you stuck your head up in the air. Come on. Listen. And immediately you said, I ain't doing it. Somebody help me out there. Oh, yeah. I am not. Lord, you sure you telling me to do this? Is it? Well, how am I going to do this? I can't do this by myself. All He told you to do was go. That's what He said. That's all He said. Go. See, some of us, thank you, don't know how to walk by faith. Come on. Come on. Can I say that for a minute? Oh, yeah. Right. I didn't say you didn't have faith. I said some of us don't know how to walk by faith. Yes. The difference in having faith, well, why have it if you ain't going to use it? Look at your neighbor and say, he's right about that. There's no need of having it if you're not going to use it. Well, how can I walk by faith then, Pastor? Tell me how I can stretch out my withered life. Tell me how I can stretch out my withered situation. Tell me how I can stretch out my withered circumstances. Tell me how I can make it over to that land where the wicked will see some trouble. Tell me how I can feed you in the promised land. I'm glad you asked. Walk by faith. Come on. See, when you walk by faith, there is no doubt. Come on, help me somebody. Say no doubt. No doubt. See, you didn't say that loud enough. No doubt. No doubt. When Jesus, well, somebody said, well, I hear still sweet voice that's telling me to go into the community. And I need to start really witnessing to these youth. The Lord has been dealing with me. I don't know why these folk are not coming to church. I really don't understand. I know I'm there, but you're not the church by yourself. Yeah. Can I stay here for a minute? I don't understand why we have downtime, but we have time. Sometimes we can't. We just can't get sick. When the Lord speaks, we hear it, but we don't hear it. But walking by faith is stretching forth, moving forward, moving without doubt, moving that God can use you. See, you are only a vessel. You cannot do this by yourself. See, when God is moving in you, you can't fail. When doubt comes, you're on your own. No, you didn't like that. But that's a tool of Satan that he uses to hold you back because he doesn't want you to do God's work. That's right. Come on, help me somebody. That's so true. Well, Pastor, I'm going through all the motion and I'm almost finished. The doing stage, the faith stage, the walking by faith, all of this comes together so that you don't go back into the before status. Before meaning you're back right back to square one. And many of us are complacent, sitting in the pews in the before status when we think we're doing the doing stage. Come on. During your work for the Lord, only God should get the glory. Yes. Only God should get the praise. So if you show up on Sunday with your hallelujah shoes on, your sanctified self, you're living holy, and your shout breaks out, let it break out. And when it breaks out, shout because you're happy. Shout because you're free. Shout because you got something good. Shout about it. When God is in the midst, you can't go wrong. Well, I can't find my place in the church. I don't know what to do. It seems like I get to the during portion, and I back up. I'm the same when I leave. Well, for one, you're waiting for the pastor to do all the work. Didn't you come to have church? Stop there. Hold it right there. If you came to have church, he said, upon Holy Ghost, this rock. God is not going to build on no sand. Amen. He's not going to build on no doubt. Amen. He's not going to build on you not walking by faith. Amen. You must be in the during process in order to get the whole process of why you're here. There is a purpose for every day that you are above the ground. Amen. What you do in that day means a whole lot. So when this young man stretched forth his hand, immediately he was obedient. And guess what? Immediately God healed him. Can I get a witness? Oh, help me somebody. Often we get in circumstances, we think that Jesus is made of a microwave. Instamatic. Stick my hand in there and he's going to heal it. Stick my heart out there and he's going to heal it. But in the process, you didn't even stretch forth your hand in order to get healed. Come on. I believe that God will do everything that he said. Every promise in the book. Every single one of them, he's going to keep. Can I get a witness? Well, when I say can I get a witness, he has already fulfilled a lot of his promises in your life. I know he has, or you wouldn't be here. You are here because he ordained this day to be your day, not at First Baptist, but in his presence. There's a difference. We can build a whole lot of cathedrals and a whole lot of churches, but there isn't but one God, one faith, and one baptism. Young folk are lost today in the before and cannot get to the during because too many of us are inconsistent in our walking. And we walk by sight. Let me illustrate and then I'll sit down. Listen closely. When you're walking by faith, you can close your eyes because you know who's leading you. Do I have some help out there? But when you walk by sight, you're liable to bump into more stuff with your eyes open than your eyes closed. Y'all don't hear me. What do you mean, Pastor? It doesn't make sense. God gave me two eyes to see. Of course he did. And he wants, sometimes you see too much. And you can't see him. Are you there? We see way too much. we see so much until we get distracted.
Come on.
Y'all not with me. We get distracted from where he wants us to go. He says turn left and you turn right. He says go up and you go down. He says look around and you got your head stuck up in the air. Walking by faith is like walking with your eyes closed. Because see, you're depending on him. Yes. Preach on. Let me close what I'm saying here. The only way you can get to the portion where before, during, and after, once God changes your life, you're no longer the same. Oh, help me, Jesus. The same. You won't be the same. You be running around crying like a crybaby, don't even know why you're crying. You be laughing when everybody else is sad. You be walking when everybody else is crawling. You be standing when everybody else is kneeling. You be doing things that nobody else even thought you could do. But look at me now. Look at me. God is working on the inside. Well, what do you mean, Pastor? April 24th, diagnosed. Deathbed, congestive, fluid taking over the body. Come out of 6 days, go back in, no pulse, another heart attack. What'd you say? I heard somebody say, but God, I'm a living witness. And I'm going to tell it until I leave this world. Go ahead. That nobody but God could have done this. You tell nobody else. But whatever, however, whatever I can do to win some soul along the way, I've got to tell the truth. God is alive and well. Somebody say, hold up. You got to slow down. Let me warn you. When you slow down, you just might stop, period. And no, my doctor's here every Sunday. Amen. All right, Pastor, you better chill out. But let me explain something to you. The best nurse in the world is right there. Amen. Yeah, you're right. I don't want to listen sometimes. Tuesday, I could not touch the ground with either foot. Wheelchair out of the job. I said, Lord, here we go again. Well, they said, don't you come back to work until the doctor said you can come back. Well, what is the application here where no longer the same applies? Here it is. I had to learn how to, Jesus, stretch forth my hand. As weak as my flesh may have been, I still had to walk by faith and not by sight. Speaking of sight, I'm losing vision in the right eye. I'm not going to lose that vision because God promised me that I still need to read the book. I'm not worried about it. What if this whole body just falling apart? Well, the deacon probably said, Pastor, maybe it's time for you to turn into a child. Well, he wouldn't have sent me 4 ministers if it was time to turn into a child. He wouldn't have sent 3 deacons if it was time for me to turn into a child. But last couple Sundays ago, I just looked back over the church. I said, Lord, are they trying to tell me something? What popped up in my head? And I don't normally count the number of members. But it was a rainy day, polished joke. Yeah, fair weather Christians. But that wasn't the truth. God meant for me to see that 9. Yes. But that 9 looked like 9,000. Because when it comes to the Word of God, it's not the size of the crowd. It's the size of the blessing. It's not the size of the crowd. You've got to bury that in your mind. You will no longer be the same in the event when Satan tries to backtrack and pull you back from what God has already promised you. God has already shown us that this church will prosper in spite of what it's going to do. Yes. Amen. It will prosper. Yes. What do you say, Pastor? Amen. Huh? What do you say? Yeah, it's going to be in my time. And I got quite a few hours left. Somebody say amen. Yeah, I'm closing right now. Fix this on the withered hand. When your hand was behind your back, you were a little helpless. When Satan likes to keep your hand behind your back. He'll tell you can't do this, you can't do that. It won't work. He'll tell you 1,000 things. This won't work, that won't work. But what are we doing wrong? What are we doing right? All you have to do is walk by faith and not by sight. When I just saw a miracle just a few minutes ago, it wasn't about the amount of money that went in the box. It was you walking by faith in a visionary and a revelation that God had given. Yes, it takes money to run a church. Leave the administration to the trustees and those committees. But you run for Jesus yourself. Stop sitting at home and not evangelizing. The crowd is not here because you haven't brought them. I know we're going to get no amen. And are we guilty? Yes. Are we sorry? Yes. Huh? Are we going to do better? Yes. God has a way of showing us. Let me leave this alone. Florence was coming up the coastline. Boy, if I could have had me a camera taking pictures of y'all getting ready for that, I would have fell out because I was in the mix myself. First lady was just going totally crazy. Do this, do that, what about this, what about that? I'm dragging, carrying furniture, doing everything. Back aching, nose aching, head aching, everything else. Get to the point. What does this have to do with no longer the same? What was I doing? When that hurricane turned, it was the power of prayer. It was the power of people that know the Lord praying. Now, I'm not saying Wilmington wasn't praying. I'm not saying that folk down there, I've been in the Wilmington area, it's right there on the coastline. But some people have their choice. The choices of living where you want to live, it comes with a cost. Help me somebody. So it rolled in. But by the time it got to the Virginia coastline, he went back out and said, bye-bye. Went back out to the sea. Now, it takes me to Peter, walking on the water. Come on. Y'all, you don't want me to go there. I ain't going to be there too long. Go there. Peter took his eyes off of Jesus. That's the only reason he started sinking down. But as soon as he looked back, he was no longer the same. Look at somebody real quick and say, neighbor, this was a rough message for me. But I don't want to be like anybody else but Jesus. No longer the same. And when Jesus shows up, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Pray my strength in the Lord. Pray that not only God will use you and I to turn this valley around, but it's not about the church competition. We're going through this for a season and a reason. Yeah, we're cleaning, trying to put this building back together, maintenance. We're fixing this, we're fixing that. But spiritually, we've got to use some tools that God has already given us. Evangelism is the wrench that will turn this county upside down. Yes, sir. Somebody say amen. Amen. If you're used to sitting and doing nothing, you end up before. If you start doing something, you're moving toward the doing. If you continue help to win souls to Christ. Then you're the after. That brings us to a revival in early fall. No cost. These ministers will be in training.
Yes, always.
That's the revival. This one, these two, that one over there. That's the fall revival.
Okay.
And that's no cost to the church. We're not going to counsel. We need the word.
That's right.
Amen.
More than we need anything else. All this will wither away. You thought you was going to lose it through Florida. But you're in high country. It may not be high country next time. We could go through what Wilmington went through. Nobody can turn the power of God. He's in total control. So what was it for us? It was a warning. That once God changes your life, you're no longer the same. Stand to your feet. Give God some praise. Man, somebody really praying for me. It's only 25-1. Did my wife stop? Lord have mercy. Somebody say amen. Amen. Spirit fall fresh on me. I want you to make your way out to the aisle.